Hello Wrestle Midlands fans, this is the voice of Wrestle Midlands, Colin Russell Ames. After Midlands Assemble, I am delighted to be joined, ladies and gentlemen, by David Starr.
Yeah, man, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. How about yourself?
Good, just try not to move in that chair, it's really squeaky.
I'll do my best. We'll keep the noise down in here.
Yeah, please do.
The noise, however, was pretty impressive in there earlier on when you competed against Damien Dunn.
Yeah, Damien's really talented. You know, it's a little unfortunate, some kind of weird attitude things. You know, you kind of think you know somebody, but it is what it is. It was a good match. It was I was happy to be able to wrestle him for the first time, and it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here.
Of course, I mean, after he won the #1 contendership in your match, the way that he inserted himself into the main event straight away and ended up going home with the title was something I don't think any of us saw coming, but it's an interesting development. Having worked with him, I know it was your first time tonight, but having worked with him tonight, where do you see him kind of being able to go from here?
I don't know, you know, it's always interesting. There's that weird fine line that you have to play when you walk along, whether you're gonna break the rules or if that's kind of, you know, whatever, or you take advantage of the system you have, you know, and he did just that. You know, he had, you know, everyone will be able to see it if you watch the tape. You guys can do that. Where do you watch? Where am I going to watch the show? Where are they all going to watch Wrestle Midlands Assemble? Where are they going to watch it?
They're going to be watching this one on DVD.
On DVD. So you watch some DVD. Get the DVD, and you'll see that Damien Dunn held my tights. Which again, you know, it is what it is. Where's he going to be able to go from here? Well, he'll hopefully carry that title with pride, but I don't really see it happening.
Very true. It's an interesting change of attitude from him. To change the subject here a little bit, as
Sure.
the ring announcer, the voice of Wrestle Midlands, I do have to ask you, I'm sure you've been asked before, but about your incredible ring introduction that you asked me to perform.
I think that's understating it. It's the best ring introduction.
It is certainly one of my favourites I've ever done, I have to say. It's not the first time I've introduced you, but every time I do love it. Where did that come from?
Well, I love the movie character. I love the character of Apollo Creed from the Rocky movies, and there's that one scene, I think it's in Rocky IV, it's right before Apollo dies, actually, when he has all the nicknames they're giving him, and Rocky looks at him and he's like, well, how many more nicknames do you have? He goes, oh, hold on, it's almost done, Stallion, and I always loved that. I thought that was great. So then I just started assembling a nicknames list, and some of them were just given to me by friends of mine, and some were ones that I actually kind of like earned or whatever, so yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's a really interesting and really diverse list. The amount of stuff that you have on there is fantastic. I think my particular favourite has always been that you're really good at Twitter.
Yeah, that was one. Funny thing about that, I was a fan on Twitter. He said that to me. I'm terribly sorry. I forget the handle and who it was, but they said something about, because I was started to do the I'm really good at professional wrestling thing, and someone said you're really good at Twitter too, and I was like, oh, maybe that's another nickname as a joke. And he's like, if you make that one of your nicknames, I'll buy every piece of merchandise off your website. And I was like, okay, whatever. And it's funny. I like it. So,
did he follow through with buying all of your merch?
I believe he did. I got like a notification in my email a little bit after that. So yeah, he did. He bought all my merch. And I think his wife or his girlfriend also did too. So it was pretty good. Totally worth it.
Making a whole lot of sales just off that one.
And I'm being honest.
Oh, of course.
You know, being really good at Twitter. At the Product DS.
Anybody who follows you online, I think, knows just how much of a skill you have with that kind of thing.
I try really hard.
So, obviously, your career has brought you to the UK a couple of times now.
Yeah.
This is, over the years, you've wrestled for a lot of companies here in the West Midlands and across the wider UK. Are there any shows in particular, apart from tonight, that stand out for you as being great UK experiences?
I mean, I always love wrestling for RevPro. Yeah. RevPro is always a ton of fun. I liked, I had one experience with Southside, and that was so much fun. Kamikaze was the first place that brought me in. That was great. Obviously, doing Super Strong Style this year was the tops. I mean, Progress is just, what a place to wrestle for. It's fantastic. Everywhere I go in the UK is always fun. I wrestled for Title. Today, this was my debut for Wrestle Midlands. Tomorrow, I'm wrestling for Pride. That'll be fun. I've wrestled for PCW, Preston City a bunch, and that's always cool. The UK is a cool scene. It's just different than America. And it's different from Germany, and it's different from Switzerland, and it's different from France, and it's different from Australia. It's like, so you go to all these different places, and you find all these different ways of being a wrestling fan. And they're all great in their own right, but it's just really cool to experience that.
Well, I think, to wrap things up here, the final question is perhaps a predictable question to ask a younger wrestler like yourself, but it's always good to know...
Young and strapping.
Oh, young and strapping, of course. Is that another one for the list, maybe?
Oh, young and strapped. Oh, man. Man, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I can't, but the problem is that if I say young and strapping, then I'm always going to have to be young and strapping.
That is true.
Because, like, eventually I'm going to lose my hair. I'm well aware of this. Everybody watches it. It's going to happen. It's okay. It's all good. It's a part of being a grown man. The same reason why I don't shave my body anymore. Because I'm a grown man. I pay bills and taxes. So it's like I have the right to have body hair. But eventually I'm going to lose my hair. It's going to happen. I know. I'm aware. And then I'm just going to buzz it real tight. I'm not going to shave it. I'm going to buzz it and then keep a good beard and just become TNA Kurt Angle.
Well, speaking of becoming a professional wrestler, where I was going with that, while you are still a young and strapping man, where do you see yourself going in the next few years?
Dude, I don't know. I'm serious. I'm really happy. Like, I've gotten a bunch of offers from a bunch of different places to be locked down or have to make legitimate, like, contractual commitments. And right now I've kind of turned a lot of them down because it's not something I'm interested in this second. I mean, maybe something will happen tomorrow and it'll change my mind. I don't know. But I love being able to be my own manager. I love being able to conduct my own business and be able to do any show I want to do at any point in time and know what's up. I mean, that's just, I don't know, is this a motion light? It's okay. We should keep it going. Don't worry. Just keep it going. This is fine. This is all what happens when you go live. The lights turning on and off. It's one of those things. I mean, now you guys don't get to see my face as much. I seriously, legitimately hope you guys don't cut it. Keep it rolling.
Keep this rolling. Keep it in.
Rolling.
We're going to keep going. This is the world of British professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how it happens. We're in a really nice building that has automatic lights apparently, and we haven't been moving for a while. Look on. So. I don't know where I'll be in the next. I don't know where I'll be in the next few years or whatever. But right now, I'm really happy with what I'm doing. Should I do this because it's like more like me talking? So I'll just do one of these.
There we go. We got some lighting coming in from the back.
I don't know where I'll be. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm really happy with what I'm doing. I'm able to pay my bills wrestling, and that's the best. I'm able to do whatever I want and travel and see the world in someone else's dime, and that's the best. So as long as I can continue to do that, that's all I care about. And every single day I'm going to try and get better and better, make myself better than I was when I went to sleep.
Fantastic. And then to end this interview...
Got to change the lighting up. He's talking, you know.
Yeah, to end this interview in the way we do, I like to always end with 2 quick-fire questions.
Quick fire.
Ideally just like one name from you, although I know sometimes it's difficult to pick. So first of all, exclude Mr. Dunn, your favourite match that you have had in your career or one of your highlights.
Favorite match I've ever had in my career. Whoa, look at that. Lights are on. So I get to save my battery a little bit. So, favorite match I've ever had in my career. It's probably between. I mean, I'm definitely a little biased towards my match with Dave Christ I had at CCW Down with the Sickness, where that one was one of my favorites. The fans actually voted that as my match of the year in 2016.
Yeah.
Then this year, I've had a couple matches with Matt Riddle, which have been great. My match with Walter at 16 Carat was really great. Walter's amazing.
Fantastic.
In my opinion, probably the best heavyweight wrestler on earth.
Yeah. And then finally, one guy who you have never faced who you'd like to lock up with at some point.
Mike Quackenbush.
What an interesting answer. That's fantastic.
I decided I always had that answer. That answer changes all the time.
Yeah.
But then a little while ago, I kind of narrowed it down, and I realized, like, no, I want to wrestle Mike Quackenbush. I tweeted at him and told him that I wanted to wrestle him. And in fact, I was with Ophidian yesterday. Who's one of the trainers at the Chikara Wrestle Factory, and someone who's been at Chikara stable for a long time. And I told him, I was like, hey, I really want to wrestle Mike Quackenbush. And he goes, yeah, I know. I saw you tweet it. And he saw it. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
That's excellent. Well, hopefully one day we will be watching David Starr versus Mike Quackenbush.
I hope so, man.
For now, today we had David Starr versus Damien Dunn. It was fantastic. And, sir, I hope that you come back to us and see us again one day.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time today, sir. It's been a pleasure. On behalf of David Starr and myself, Colin Russell Ames, thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you soon.